He's in the Epstein files, man.
Yeah.
Susie Wiles came out today in a Vanity Fair article. Have you read that?
No.
His chief of staff said that he acts like an alcoholic and that, of course, he's in the Epstein files.
We've been talking about this for I don't know how many years now.
There's, 100 FBI agents that spent thousands and thousands of hours of scrubbing his name from the files.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump, during a period of his life, were thick as thieves. And Donald Trump has tried to pass this off as being...
I sat right across from the current director of the FBI and listened to him spew lie after lie after lie.
He's in the fucking Epstein files, man.
Yeah.
And that's the reason we're not getting him. And it's like, what are we even talking about?
Yeah.
Susie Wiles came out today in a Vanity Fair article. Have you read that?
No.
It says that his chief of staff said that he acts like an alcoholic and that, of course, he's in the Epstein files and that Pam Bondi completely screwed this thing up and totally screwed them all. That's his sitting chief of staff on the record in Vanity Fair that came out today. And what are we supposed to be distracted by? We're supposed to be distracted by the absolute ugliness of someone taking the barbaric murder of a beloved liberal. He's a beloved liberal, but he made the movies of that made my generation. A Few Good Men, Misery, Stand By Me, When Harry Met Sally. My God, just as an artist alone, Jesus God, let's give the guy the reverence that he's due for gifting humanity The Princess Bride as a movie. And he says that basically he was murdered because he was infected by Trump derangement syndrome.
The Epstein files.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this shit for I don't know how many fucking years now. And Trump was a big part of that. And the Republican Party was a big part of that. Well, now we got the fucking presidency, we got the House, and we got the fucking Senate. And we still have zero Epstein files. You know, I sat right across from the fucking current director of the FBI and listened to him spew lie after fucking lie after fucking lie to me, not even realizing he was going to get director of the FBI while he's sitting in front of me.
Yeah.
But he did fucking get it, and he told us all what he was going to do if he did get it. I don't see anything. I don't see any differences.
Why did Joe Biden not demand the release of the Epstein files if it was such a big deal to Democrats?
I don't know.
The same reason that Joe Biden didn't demand that they drop the prosecution of me, because he didn't involve himself with the Department of Justice. Because as every other president before him, other than Richard Nixon, who resigned because of it, he didn't direct the Department of Justice to do one thing or another. Why didn't Merrick Garland do it? Guess as good as mine. I don't know. But I will tell you this, is that now we're here after we have an FBI director, a deputy FBI director, a attorney general, and several other people that are in his cabinet, and the president himself, who largely got elected through the energy of the people that wanted to have, for absolutely the right reasons, these files released, regardless of whose names were in it. And they haven't released it, and they fought it tooth and nail. And then they had to get legislation, and then they passed the legislation, and he said, don't sign it, or don't vote for it. And then he said, go ahead and vote for it. And then we have reports that there's, 100 FBI agents that spent thousands and thousands of hours of scrubbing his name from the files.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Yeah. And now we can't trust anything that's going to come out. Yeah. And who fucking loses? The children. It's not like it's an insignificant thing in any way. And they talk about these young women. They weren't young women. Fucking 14-year-olds. Kids, hundreds of them. Entire networks that they developed.
What do you think that was?
What do I think that was?
What do you think this whole Epstein debacle was. Do you think this was
I
a...
don't even fucking know at this point, and I really mean it. It's like I will tell you is that the only thing that is clear to me is this: Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump, during a period of his life, were fucking thick as thieves, and Donald Trump has tried to pass this off as being what Palm Beach was in the 90s. Okay, and that may be his view of it, but I've seen enough evidence of Donald Trump and his teen modeling agencies and what he said on Howard Stern about how he can go, he would go into the back of these, Miss Teen USA pageants and, walk up to the girls naked. They were talking about girls when he's talking about doing that. And wonder whether or not Donald Trump in his mind has come up with this concoction that it was all just what they did in the 90s. It was models. I mean, that's what Michael Wolff says. Michael Wolff says that the justification in Trump's mind is that they were models.
Wow.
They're 14, 15 years old. I mean, we have a president that has been credibly accused by well over a dozen and a half women, if not more, of sexual assault. And we're wondering whether or not, as he fights tooth and nail for the Epstein files that all of his supporters demanded be released so that they could nail Bill Clinton to a cross. And he won't release him. Why? Out of the kindness of his heart for the people that may get hurt. Have you ever known the president to act out of anything but his own self-interest? Ever? And so we're sitting here and acting as if, like, okay, I'm willing to believe that people can vote for him and support him and overlook the kind of the personal cruelty of his politics. Because, by the way, according to everybody, Donald Trump is an incredibly charming person in person. He really supposedly is.
He is.
I know that I think he told my dad when he came to the White House, he's like, Joe, we would have been best of friends if it weren't for politics. And so I don't know what kind of sociopathic mind is able to do those things and then the next day say that Joe Biden is the worst human being to have ever lived. And a corrupt, senile, criminal.
Well, I mean, I talked about this with Megyn Kelly too. She talks about her account on I don't know if you remember that whole debacle back a handful of years ago, but she pretty much says the exact same thing.
Yeah, man. And so I don't, it's just where have we gotten to, man?
No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.